Let's factor quadratic expressions. Problem number 3. The quadratic expression x squared minus 5x minus 24. Step 1. Make a list of factor pairs for the numeric term. The numeric term is 24, and the list of factor pairs that equal 24 are 1 times 24, 2 times 12, 3 times 8, and 4 times 6. Step 2. Find the difference or sum of each pair using the sign of the numeric term. The 24 had a negative sign, so now we are going to find the differences of these two numbers. Start with the larger number and subtract the smaller number. 24 minus 1 is 23, 12 minus 2 is 10, 8 minus 3 is 5, 6 minus 4 equals 2. Step 3. Select the factor pair that equals the absolute value of the coefficient of x. The coefficient of x is negative 5, but we are just looking for the number 5 in the list. And that comes from the factor pair 3 times 8. Step 4. Write the quadratic expression in factored form such that the two numbers combine to the coefficient of x. So we begin by writing our parentheses for the two binomial factors, and the first term of each binomial is x. The number of the second terms are 3 and 8. Returning to our numeric term, which was a negative 24, our multiplication rules say that when we multiply these two numbers, if we get a negative answer, then that means we had different signs. So that means that one of these will be a positive and one will be a negative. And we also need these two numbers to combine to a negative 5. Well, if you did negative 3 plus 8, that would be a positive 5. So the negative will go with the 8, and the positive needs to go with the 3. Now, if we combine positive 3 and negative 8, we get negative 5. So these binomial factors are equivalent to our quadratic expression above. It's always good to check your work, and we could do a quick box model multiplication of these two terms to see that we would multiply and get the same result of our original quadratic expression. How did we write the quadratic expression in factored form? We wrote our quadratic expression in factored form, starting out by writing the parentheses for both binomial factors, then filling in the first term of x into each binomial factor, then writing the number of the binomial factors that we got from our factor pair table, and then determining whether to use positive or negative signs in our binomial factor. And then we check to make sure that these two numbers combine to the coefficient of x, and also that they multiply to the numeric term. You are now ready to factor the quadratic expression in problem number 4.